Hey guys, welcome to Not So Random Chat, the nighttime live stream where we talk about whatever we want to. So, settle in and grab your libation. It could be your wine or tea or coffee or whatever you want to drink, and let's just sit back and chill. I'll be with you in a moment. Are you guys ready? Okay, well, so am I. So let's get into it. Here I come. Hola! From the west side, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to do something. There we go. Give y'all music a little louder. Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, Uppity. Hey, Red Wings. Hey, James. Sorry I'm a little late. And welcome to anyone who is listening from Twitter. Tonight, we are simulcasting on YouTube and on Twitter. I'm not, it's like, I had done a couple of times on Facebook, y'all, and I don't know what, but they keep trying to put copyright claims on the music in the background that I'm using from StreamYards. And that doesn't happen on Twitter, and it doesn't happen on YouTube. So we're not going to be, for the time being, putting my live streams on Facebook. Because why would I want to have a copyright claim against a non-monetized channel? So anyway, you guys, let me come on camera. Give me 1 second. Oh. I'm gonna close this. All right. Hey guys. You like my background tonight? Had to, give a little African feel. And my libation, I gotta put it in front of me. My libation tonight is some strawberry lemonade. So let me put this on the side. All right, you guys. So got a couple things that I definitely want to talk about. First off, I want to say, hey, Anthony. I've uploaded 2 videos in the last couple of days. One was my morning routine, and the one that I uploaded today was a summer stew. So please, if you have not taken time to look at either one of those videos, please do. We want to get as many views as we can on both of those videos. I appreciate you guys. And if you're listening from Twitter, make sure you just jump on over to my YouTube channel. The link to my YouTube channel is in my Twitter profile, and you can go ahead and take a look at my videos. So let me fan myself a little bit. Whew. It's a little warm here. Drink my lemonade. So tonight, my first topic is going to be on Bishop T.D. Jakes. Just finished fanning myself first. So Bishop Jakes made a statement, and we've heard a clip of that statement on the internet. So first I'm going to talk about what the entire statement was, and then I'm going to get into the small clip of it that's been floating around on YouTube. So the statement that Bishop T.D. Jakes made, and I am paraphrasing, is that we have raised our Black women to be masculine. You know, they are strong in the workplace and in the marketplace, but at home, we're mean and we're angry and combative. Now, that's the part of the statement that we've heard floating around. Then there was another part of the statement that's not floating around. And this is the part of the statement that what is not floating around. But I understand why they are the way that they are. But yet and still, the first part of the statement was blaming us as Black women. The second part of it was offhanded, but I understand. Hi, Wody Mac. Thank you. And Anthony, thank you for posting the link. They're coming up slower on my in my StreamYard. So thank you for posting the links to those. So let's address the first part of the statement, because that's the part of the statement that everybody's talking about. So Bishop Jakes said that we Black women are masculine. Now, see, once again, this is a man deciding that our femininity is masculine because it's not the same as those Euro standards that they're expecting. But how can you expect that same type of femininity to be portrayed by, us melanated women here who are the descendants of slaves, without all that trauma that is in our DNA, and with all of the things that have happened where you have so many homes
that are single parent homes. Not saying that they all started out that way, but some that started out as 2-parent homes, like myself, ended up as a 1-parent home via divorce. And see, this stereotype that has been put out there in regards to us is still perpetuating the same thing that happens to us, that we are just naturally strong and we can just handle anything. And it's not the truth. It's not the truth. We can't handle anything. I mean, this comes up into case when we seek medical treatment. Our pain is not believed, or it's believed to be less severe than what we're saying it is. You know, all of this has something to do. I knew that was going to roll. I was trying to catch it before it rolled off, y'all. Sorry. Pin on the desk. I was trying to catch it. You know, all of us have had to deal with some stuff. I should have moved some of this stuff before I got on here, but hold on one second. Let me move the microphone because I don't have it plugged in. It will be, but it's not plugged in right now. Okay, let me see what you're saying. Thank you, Anthony, being a good mod. It is hard for us as Black women, you know, for us to have our femininity to be portrayed as being masculine. So it's masculine if we're not doormats in the workplace and that we stand up for ourselves. Okay? And it's the same thing at home. If, in fact, we're not submissive in the way that the head of the house, the man of the house, wants us to be. Or if we have to be the head of the house because either A, there is not a man of the house, or B, we got a Dusty who sits on his behind and we take care of everything. That's not my ministry. That's not my calling. I will not be, nor have I ever been, that woman that's going to take care of a man. Nope, not happening. And maybe that's perceived as being masculine, you know, because women are being forced, Black women specifically, are being forced to take on roles that are not naturally ours. We're having to protect ourselves. We're having to secure ourselves. So does that make us masculine? Sorry, y'all. Let me fix this, 'cause I have another computer going on behind it. Y'all can hear that. That's just weird, wild. Let me fix this. All right, let me cut it off. It's an old computer. Yeah, it just wants to do some stuff. Let me just do something. Look at that. Y'all listen. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that high fan? It's working hard. Let me get this. Let me close the documents. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me do something because this is a touch screen one. Hold on, I'm gonna go off camera for a second so I can fix this. Hold on 1 second. Gotta wait for the. Okay. Let me try it again. All right, there we go. All right, be right back. I'm still here, but y'all know. All right, I'm just gonna do it on touch screen because it's the computer that's loud as hell. The touchscreen computer. So let me close the document first. Just Nick. Let me just close them all. Close them all. All right, now let me go back over to the thing. Let me keep this off. Eject. Okay, it thinks it's still in use. I hate when it does this. Let me close this. Let me close that. Close everything. Okay, let me try it again. And we're just going to continue. We're just going to continue. All right. Now, let me shut the sucker down. Y'all can hear that. No. Close. Everything wants to open. There we go. Shut down. Okay, now it's shutting itself down. Force close. Force shut down. Yes. All right, now it's closing down. Y'all hear how it's an older computer? Yeah, it's running Windows 7. So, okay, I'm back. I know y'all heard that. I was like, that thing. That's the old computer, and guess what? That computer that y'all heard making all that damn noise has a tech hard drive. And I'm not even using half of it, but it's an older computer. It's like I said, it's running Windows 7, so Okay, so back to what I was saying. Who did Nightbot try to kick out? Who did Nightbot? Oh, Wody Mac. Sorry, Wody Mac. Sorry, Wody Mac, Nightbot does not like emojis. I keep trying to change that on Nightbot, but it won't work for whatever reason. Won't work. But I keep meaning to do this. I think I may have done maybe one video on it. Let me see. I think I may have done it, or maybe it's still on my list. Let me check my list. Should I do it? Yeah, I did a video like about a year ago on Black femininity. Maybe I need to do an update. Yeah, maybe I need to do an update because I'm like so fed up with our femininity being seen as being masculine, and I'm certainly not masculine by any means of the word, but for a portion of my adulthood, I had to be the head of the house after my divorce. Okay. Bought a house, had a second unit, had to manage all of that stuff. Was in senior management on my job. And I certainly couldn't, get where I've been in my career by being meek and mild in the office place. That only works for women of other ethnicities. It doesn't work for us. And to be perfectly honest, when you get into management, it really doesn't work, for women, period. But we always have to teeter-totter, that balancing act as women of color of not coming off as being, an angry woman, aggressive, just when we're simply, trying to assert ourselves. But it's crazy that TD Jakes was just making this statement, considering he's the founder of the Woman Thou Art Loose crusade. Y'all remember that? It started way back in the day. Women be rushing off to these conferences to empower them. Well, let me just say this, Sir Bishop Jakes, with all due respect. If we've become masculine, I say that you are part of the blame then. I've never been to a Woman Thou Art Loose conference because, I know it was supposed to be for breakthroughs and healings and all of that kind of stuff. But were they teaching women to be this other standard of feminine in those conferences, or were they teaching them to get healed from things that have happened to them? Hold on one second, y'all. 1 second. There was a spider on the wall, and I'm allergic to spiders. Yeah. I'm allergic to spiders. And I don't have no freaking EpiPen around here. You know, I need more than Benadryl if I get bit by a effing spider. So we had to kill it. No, I'm not afraid of spiders. I'm just afraid of getting bit by one. But it's the spider season. I don't know how the heck that sucker got in here, though. Probably through open screen door. But he's gone. He's dead now. Man. So let me off subject. Just show y'all. Y'all see my first tattoo. You can't probably see it really well, but it's a hummingbird. This first tattoo that's right here on my shoulder, that tattoo was to cover up the scar from a spider bite that had to be operated on because it did, yeah. As I said, I'm allergic. And it was this, yeah. I won't go into the details, but let's just say they had to go in there and I think like a whisker of the spider or something from whenever it bit me. Yeah. Or something from the venom, something from the spider venom was, yeah, up under my skin. And we had a really bad reaction to it. Thankfully, we didn't die, but we, you know, had to get something removed off our shoulder as a result. Don't y'all hate when people talk about themselves in the third person and say we? Sorry. I hate that. And I just did that. I hate that when people do that. And I just did it. So anyway. But yeah. Back to Bishop Jakes. I'm trying to see where in his ministry or really, you know, I'll see around the church is you know, this whatever this femininity idea that he has being promoted. I just want to know because, you know, I am a believer. You know, and you know, most of us, you know, we know the church standards of femininity. You know, you wearing, you know, a lot of times it's wearing a skirt or dress down to your ankles in some denominations, or can't have a skirt above the knees. That's in my non-denomination, but that's only because I'm part of ministry doing the service. If I wasn't part of ministry doing the service, it wouldn't matter. But that has more to do with, you know, not causing men to stumble, you know, because of our femininity. So, you know, I'm confused on how being forced to be head of the household, how, you know, having to be strong is perceived as masculine. I'm also, you know, the anger that these women who, in most cases, are forced to be head of household are in, is a result of them having to take on a role that was not meant for them. So them having to take on a role that was not meant for them, or willingly taking it on in some cases, how does that seem? It's masculine. It's not. It's just the male is not doing his masculine role. I mean, but they're not dressing like men. They're not dressing like men. So, how are they acting like men? They're still sitting when they go to the bathroom. I'm just saying. We still sit when we pee. So again, I'm just trying to think. Yeah. He was simply feeding into the freaking stereotype and the Kevin Samuel-esque statements that have been out there. Yeah. And what Kevin Samuel should have been doing, instead of telling women what they needed to do, or what kind of man they weren't going to get, or that they were going to die alone, he should have been taking care of his own effing health. That's what he should have been doing. He should have been taking care of himself. Mm-hmm. Hey, Couture. But am I surprised that we heard some, craziness? And granted, it was only part of his statement, but he still made the statement. And then he put but I understand why they are behind it. But once again, why are you, a man, able to determine whether our femininity is feminine or not? Just because it doesn't look like, I don't know, the clear people. They don't have the same history as we do. Yeah. And we're not even going to get into the submission part, okay? Because the way that I see it is that you submit to a man as he submits himself to the Lord. So if he's not submitting himself to the Lord, then you shouldn't be submitting yourself to him. That part. So I'm very interested to see what Black female pastors have to say about what Bishop Jakes said. I am certainly very interested in what my own pastor has to say. Apostle Bam Crawford. Yeah. I'm very interested. I'm interested to see what the women leaders of the Black church got to say about what this man said. Now, we already know that Bishop Jakes has said has said some crazy stuff over the past few years that leads one to feel that he has been led astray in many areas. So, those of you who are not, believers, don't do church at all, ignore what this fool said. Take what he says with a grain of salt, because clearly, like, where's that in the Bible? What did you get? Where in the Bible did you get anything that defines what femininity is? I'm just trying to understand. And then again, we have women out here, especially some of them in the church, who justify how they act, based on Proverbs 31, the Proverbs 31 woman. But see, the Proverbs 31 woman, she ran her house. And if you really read into it, for all intents and purposes, she was a stay-at-home wife. She was a housewife. She ran a household. She was a house manager. There wasn't anything that particularly that I could see that was masculine about her by quote unquote the world standards. She was simply a woman who was being a helpmate to her husband and taking care of the household and making sure that the house didn't fall apart. But I wonder, would Bishop Jakes call her masculine in today's world? Because she sure did. She sure had a business. She sure was the one handling the money. I'm just, putting it out there. But I definitely want to hear what some pastors have to say about this. Female pastors, Black female pastors. I really am interested in what they have to say. I am. We're gonna see what comes out of that. You see what you're saying? Exactly, Couture Bay. Exactly. That part. That part. So, take what this man is saying with a grain of salt. I don't know what's going on at the Potter's house. I don't know what's going on at the Potter's house. There's a whole bunch of craziness going on down there. We had with the gospel singer, they trying to cancel right now. Kim Burrell, yeah. And I believe she, the Potter's house stands behind her and whatnot. So just a lot of stuff that is going on, interestingly, in quote unquote the Black church right now. Yeah. And I'm giving a side eye, which is why I'm non-denominational, which is probably one of the reasons why I don't have a problem going to a church with a woman pastor. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So moving right along to the next subject that I want to talk about. Give you guys some of the trending topics. One of the trending topics that I want to talk about, but if you guys haven't seen this, but it's kind of trending, is this group, Hey Six Figure Days, is this group Chapel Heart Band. Chapel Heart Band got a group golden buzzer this week on AGT for their country song response or update to Dolly Parton's song from 1973, Jolene, called You Can Have 'Em, Jolene. And they're Black, obviously. They're from Mississippi, which, for those of you who don't know, has the highest population of African Americans. 37% of the population in the state of Mississippi are Black. Mississippi is also the poorest state in this country. So these young ladies went from Mississippi and they've been in New Orleans. But anyway, they've been having, a little bit of issues breaking into Nashville, getting the record deal and everything. Now, last year, they were voted by the CMTs as, new women of country. But, let's be honest, I can count on one hand the Black women in country, because it is very hard for us to get accepted. But these girls are good, okay? These girls are good. Before them, we got Reese Palmer, we got Mickey Guyton, and I'm trying to think of, is there anybody else that is actually like specifically just country? Nope. That's it. And I'm talking about female. So I think they're gonna do really good. They're gonna do really good, y'all. But y'all need to check them out. I think I posted them on my community wall. I posted them on my community wall. Right now, New Orleans is trying to claim them because, that's where they're based now. But, those girls are from Poplarville, Mississippi, I think it's called. And from a little part of it called Hart's Chapel, which is named after their family last name Hart. Because, these girls saying they got like 100 and something first cousins. I'm like, dang. My mom was one of 11, and I have like 20. There's like 26 or 27 of us. Of the grandkids, but that's a lot of first cousins. That's a lot of first cousins. They come from a very big family. But y'all check them out. I like some country music. I like certain artists. I like, some country music I don't like, but I do like country music. And I think that these young ladies are going to get more of us to listen to country because, whether y'all realize it or not, that's another genre of music that we originated. We originated that too. We originated, heck, rock, all of the American musics. We were right in there. I think the only one that, they can heavy metal, that's theirs. Okay. The folk music, okay, yeah, we probably, but country, jazz, R&B, rock. Y'all just took it. Same thing with ice hockey, by the way. That sport. That comes from Canada. Yeah. Invented by blacks. So it's funny, that the only thing that they expect us to do is R&B. But these girls are authentic country singers. They are authentic, and I would love to see them, win it all on there, even though there's some other great singers on there, like this dude, what's his name? Win Starks. He sung his original song called Who I Am, also on YouTube. Both of these groups are on YouTube. Both of them are on YouTube. And then the little girl from Poland, Sarah, what is Sarah's last name? I can't remember her last name. Let me see, what is Sarah's last name? Sarah James. That's her last name. Yeah, her last name is James. And then, you had this, a group that came on of kids. I think they were from. I think they're from New York, and they were choir. So but it would be nice for them girls to win. It would just be validation for them since they, it's been hard pressed to come in the country music scene. Now they are going to be playing at the Grand Ole Opry on September the 17th. And that, I believe, happened as a result of AGT. So, if Darius Rucker can go over there and jump into the country scene, you got Mickey Guyton over there with her badass song called Black Like Me. Y'all need to check it out. And now you got these girls coming in with You Can Have Him, Jolene. I'm telling y'all. It's going to be great. Because even if they don't win America's Got Talent, it gave them the exposure to a much bigger audience. And all those no's that they were getting in Nashville, now they're all scrambling, trying, to potentially sign these girls. They're independent artists. They've done all of this without having a record deal. They've got a bunch of videos out. They got an album about to come out. So just putting it out there. Check those girls out. Even if you don't like country music, most of us like Dolly Parton. But even if you don't like country music, again, this is good music that these young ladies are putting out. I think you'll like it, even if you're not a country music fan. So that's all I had to say on Chapel Heart Band. And also they did get an acknowledgement from Dolly Parton herself. She loved their updated version. That was really cool. And I believe Darius Rucker is going to feature them on his upcoming album as well. So, they got some support, but I think they're going to get a whole lot more support. Because, we don't really have, you don't really have girl groups, period, a whole bunch of girl groups, period, in any genre. But back in the 90s, just like we had all of the black R&B girl groups, you had groups like the Chicks, formerly known as the Dixie Chicks, on the country scene. And they're still around. But it's time for some new blood. It's time for some new blood. And these girls play guitar just like the Dixie Chicks do. They just didn't display that talent when they came on. And they're songwriters, singer-songwriters. So, all right. I think I said a lot about Chapel Heart Band from Mississippi, but y'all know I'm a music girl, and I love good music, and I love somebody coming up with something fresh, because there's so much unoriginality in the music scene these days. Everybody's doing a remake of somebody else's song, or they're using somebody else's music and putting new lyrics over it. That kind of stuff. Nothing original about it. All right, so now moving right along, you guys, because I know we are almost to the end of our day. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about where we're going, where we are as far as, my life transition, after almost, like 9 years working for the same company. I'm going to say 9 years because I was a week away from 9 years when I was laid off. So for 9 years, I'm back out here, and, things that I'm doing, like for the last 2 days, I have been paring down my resume, like paring it down, like just showing my last 2 employers, and then I put the other employers as relevant experience that are pertaining to, any jobs that I'm going for. But my resume used to be 3 pages. I know. Well, it wasn't really 3 pages. It was like 2.5. But I got that sucker down. I got my technical resume down to 2 pages. My summary resume wasn't that hard, because on the summary resume, I just put the 2 jobs and did all the million jobs that I did at that one job in the last 9 years. And then the consulting that I did before that. And then I put, the job that I had right before that as relevant experience, because it was a similar position to my last position, but it was on the front side instead of the due diligence side. And the majority of the things that I'm applying for are on the front side of the business versus the back end of the business that I've been working in the last 9 years. So I did that. Then I've also gone into my resume and I had to put a tweak to it specifically because everything that I'm applying for is remote. So because the majority of my jobs for the last 13 years have been remote, I changed, instead of saying where the companies are, where the main offices are located for the companies, I put in parentheses in front of wherever they are, I put remote, for both of them. 100% remote, so that they know that for the last some odd years, all I've done is worked remote. So when you're going for these positions, because this is part of the ageism thing for me, they assume that you don't have the tech savvy to be able to work remotely. And that might be true for many people that are older, but that's not true for someone who that's what you've been doing, and then you majored in math and you minored in computer science in college, but I digress. Yeah, but if you have a natural knack for tech stuff, that doesn't go away as you get older, but again, it's like I have to find like subtle ways to put stuff in there. Like on my technology applications that I know, I had to go in there and revamp that as well. I had to take out technology applications that are no longer used. Like they're outdated. They don't use them anymore. Like, let me give you an example. The fact that I know Fortran and Kobo or Pascal means nothing in today's market because nobody uses any of those languages anymore. Well, a little bit, but not. But now they've gone to C, C++, and a lot of other languages that they're using for programming. So I took all that kind of stuff out of there, and I only have like the softwares that they care about, like, all of the Microsoft stuff that I know how to do. Visio, Excel, PowerPoint, Word. And then I go into mortgage applications that I know how to use, compliance applications that I know how to use, that kind of stuff. So I literally had to revamp that, make that shorter and sweeter. And then I took things like all of the experience that I had with training and cut it down to 4 points and focused on the training experience that I had in the last 10 years. And then the 4th point was something that I did prior to the last 10 years, which is when I ran an entire training department and created an entire underwriting, curriculum. So that kind of stuff. Yeah, your girl DC is a very smart girl. I'm a nerdy girl, smart. But I had to take things out of my resume because if I let everything that I could do in my resume, number one, it will show that I'm probably able to qualify for anything that I'm applying for. Number two, it would give up my age. Give up my age. Like, I had everything at 15 plus. I dropped it down to 10 plus years experience. Because when you look at, if you're out there in the workforce, generally when you're looking for employment, the most they're looking for is 10 years recent experience. So they're going to look for 10 years experience. They're not looking for someone who has 20 years experience. They don't care. They don't care what you were doing 20 years ago. And then the other thing that I did is that I sent my resume to a friend of mine who is a professional resume writer, even though I did that too, in my past. But when it comes to our own resumes, y'all, we are very attached and very biased. And it needs to be an unbiased set of eyes looking at it that's going to keep it to just what you need to be in there to get an interview. Because see, when you're in the interview, then you can tell them all the grand stories and accomplishments that you've had. But on the resume, they don't want to see all that. They don't want to see it. Especially if it has nothing to do with the position that you're applying for. Like under, awards and certificates, the only thing that I have under there is the fact that I held a direct endorsement number with HUD, and that I have a green belt in Six Sigma. Why? Because they don't care that I got an America's Award from an international company that I used to work for. They don't care about that because it happened 15 years ago. It's not important. And it's not relevant. It would only be relevant if I was applying for a job back with those people. So, I am going to probably do like a little, I don't know if I'm going to do a pop-up and just talk about it, or if I'm going to do a video where I'm just kind of give you guys, show y'all like the samples of different types of resumes. What a technical resume looks like and what a summary resume looks like, because I can't assume that everybody knows what they are and what the purposes of them are. And more importantly, because when I'm talking about this and I'm talking about it in regards to older workers, a lot of people who are older, who, if they're like out there looking for jobs right now, they probably haven't updated a resume in over 10 years, like myself. And a lot of the language around job hunting and what you put in your resume has changed in the last 10 years. And we all know that for the most part, when you send in your resume, that it goes through a software before it actually ever gets to a person. So anyway, you guys, I know I've been going on for a little bit. There is no David here tonight because David is gone for the weekend. So Mama is on respite. I have a respite until Sunday night from caregiving. So during that time, I'm going to be focusing on, I'm going to start doing this prep course so I can get my insurance license back. Let's see. I'm going to be sending out more resumes over the weekend and more cover letters. And, oh yes, and I'm also going to start one of the coding classes. Yeah, your girl, DC, I got to do what I got to do, right? You know, because, you know, I don't talk about it, you know, a whole lot, but yeah, I'm a six-figure person, and we need to keep us as a six-figure woman, okay? I need to stay a six-figure woman, okay? You know, and that's my gross and net. Gross and net. Gross and net was over six figures. That part. Now, 2020, we were hurt a little bit because of, you know, the world shutting down, but we were close. We were close, and so, you know, we can't have 22. We can't have 22 throwing us off the track, because we only got 7 more years until we are fully, you know, eligible for our full Social Security. But, you know, women cannot live off of Social Security and 401k alone. So we got to, you know, pack some stuff away in the next 7 years. But I will see you guys. I will probably be on tomorrow at some point. And I definitely will be working on more content for you guys. I may do an updated on Black femininity, but that's not going to be the next thing that I'm going to do on a Black on the Coffee Talk series, because apparently there's some ignorant woman on TikTok who doesn't know the difference between slavery and chattel slavery that our ancestors experienced here in the United States. And this fool said that a termination of a pregnancy is worse than what our ancestors went through. So I feel compelled to do a video talking about the difference between slavery and chattel slavery. Yeah, that part. For the ignorant people who have no effing idea what the difference is. Thank you to all of my peeps that are on Twitter, that are watching this on the, you know, watching this now and watching this in the replay. Appreciate you guys. Please definitely come on over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, most of my live streams are pretty chill and laid back like this. I don't do the drama. You know, I just try to give knowledge and give commentary. That part. You know, because I know my place as an elder. And I know, I like to say, I know I do not look like I'm an elder, you know, with my ponytail. But I did just say that I'm about 7 years away from retirement because I am almost 60 years old. But I'm not really retiring. It just means I'll be able to receive my Social Security. Because, I'm starting new careers right now, things that I can do in my goldens, like my books. Anyway, you guys. Oh, and that's another thing I'll be working on this weekend. I'll be working on one of my books. All right, you guys. I will see you guys later. Until I see you guys again. Let me click this off. What just happened? Oops, let me stop that. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Let me get out of this. One second, y'all. Where am I? Okay, there we go. I clicked my... God, I did it again. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me cut it off. All right. Anyway, you guys, let me stop clicking. Or I do something wrong again. All right, y'all. I will see you guys until we meet again. After you guys, peace and blessings from the West Side, y'all. Oh Lord, where is it? I'm out of here, you guys. Peace.
Well, guys, that's it for tonight's Not So Random Chat. But I'll see you guys the next time. Until then, peace and blessings from the West Side. I'm out. Peace.